It was supposed to be an ordinary night, a celebration of youth, freedom, and friendship. For 24-year-old Agustina Rubini Medina, it was another chance to embrace the vibrant energy of Palma, Spain. Known for its picturesque landscapes and lively nightlife, the city on the Balearic island of Majorca seemed the perfect place to unwind and let go of the week's worries. But as the clock struck midnight, something went tragically wrong, leading to an unfathomable series of events that would leave her friends, family, and an entire community reeling in shock and heartbreak. This is the story of how a single moment of misfortune spiraled into a tragedy that none could have foreseen. Agustina was last seen on October 3, 2023, during a night out with her friends. The group had been enjoying themselves in Palma, sharing laughter and drinks as the city buzzed with life around them. For Agustina, the evening seemed no different than countless others before, until she decided to part ways with her friends. Around midnight, she was spotted by an employee at a small convenience store near a bus stop. The shopkeeper later recounted to authorities that Agustina appeared visibly intoxicated. And that, too, launches the perfect story to tell the story of one of the worst. Her movements were unsteady, her words slightly slurred. She purchased a bag of chips, a common late-night snack for someone enjoying a night out. However, this seemingly mundane moment marked the last confirmed sighting of her alive. What happened next is a chilling mystery that investigators have worked tirelessly to piece together. Agustina's friends assumed she had made it home safely, as she often did after a night out. But when morning came and there was no sign of her, concern began to grow. Calls to her phone went unanswered, messages remained unread. By the following day, it was clear something was terribly wrong. Authorities launched an extensive search to locate Agustina. The National Police of Spain, along with local law enforcement, retraced her steps using every tool at their disposal. Surveillance footage, witness testimonies, and phone tracking data became crucial pieces in unraveling the puzzle. What they uncovered painted a tragic and unsettling picture of her final hours. Using phone tracking data, investigators determined that Agustina had spent approximately 30 minutes near a large garbage bin close to the bus stop. It's believed that during this time, she may have accidentally dropped her phone into the bin, a frustrating but not uncommon mishap, especially for someone in an inebriated state. In an attempt to retrieve it, she likely climbed into the bin. The hypothesis, as explained by Inspector Angel Ruiz, is heartbreaking. She went into the container to get something and had the bad luck of feeling unwell inside. There she was then, with the wolves, and for half an hour she processed something and then tried to place it in a large clutch purse. Agustina, impaired by alcohol and possibly affected by medication she was taking, may have passed out while inside the bin. Unaware of her presence, a garbage truck on its routine collection route likely arrived soon after, emptying the contents of the bin, including Agustina, into its crushing compactor. Using the realization of what happened sent shockwaves through the community. Investigators believe the truck then transported its load, including Agustina's body, to an incineration plant. There, the contents were processed, rendering identification almost impossible. The tragic chain of events unfolded with a mechanical efficiency that left no room for intervention, a harrowing reminder of how quickly things can go wrong. As the search intensified, police discovered items near the garbage bin that belonged to Agustina, a handbag and a blouse she had been wearing that night. These items were carefully collected and examined, providing crucial evidence that confirmed her presence at the site. Meanwhile, tracking data from her phone revealed its journey from the bin to the incineration plant, where it eventually went offline. A copy of the file. The next discovery was even more devastating. At the incineration plant, skeletal remains were found among the processed waste. Though authorities could not immediately confirm their identity, the evidence overwhelmingly suggested they belonged to Agustina. DNA testing was initiated, and her family was notified of the grim developments. For Agustina's loved ones, the news was unbearable. Her parents, friends, and community members had clung to the hope that she might be found alive, that perhaps she had simply wandered off and would return once she sobered up. The reality of her fate was a devastating blow, compounded by the senselessness of it all. How could such a vibrant young woman full of life and promise meet such an unthinkable end? As details of the case emerged, so did questions about how such a tragedy could have been prevented. Critics pointed to the design of waste collection systems, questioning whether more could be done to ensure the safety of individuals who might find themselves in similar situations, whether through accidents, homelessness, or other unfortunate circumstances. Could sensors be installed in garbage trucks to detect human presence? Could public awareness campaigns about the dangers of climbing into bins make a difference? These are the questions now being debated in Palma and beyond. The tragedy also sparked a conversation about the role of alcohol and medication in impairing judgment. Agustina was described as someone with a low tolerance for alcohol, a fact that may have been exacerbated by the medication she was reportedly taking. While no one could have predicted the series of events that unfolded, her story serves as a sobering reminder of the potential risks associated with combining substances, even unintentionally. In the wake of Agustina's death, her community has come together to honor her memory. Vigils have been held, with candles lighting up the night as friends and family shared stories of her kindness, her laughter, and her love for life. Social media has been flooded with tributes as people from around the world express their condolences and reflect on the fragility of life. For those closest to Agustina, the loss is immeasurable. Her parents, who had supported her dreams and watched her grow into a remarkable young woman, are left to grapple with a void that can never be filled. Her friends, who shared countless memories with her, are haunted by the what-ifs. What if they had noticed something was wrong? These questions, though unanswerable, linger like shadows. As the investigation continues, authorities remain committed to providing Agustina's family with closure. The DNA results from the remains found at the incineration plant are expected to confirm what the evidence has already suggested. In the meantime, the community of Palma is left to mourn a life cut tragically short and to search for meaning in the senselessness. Agustina's story is a heartbreaking reminder of how quickly life can change, of how the smallest decisions can have the greatest consequences. It's a story that has touched the hearts of many, prompting reflection on the importance of vigilance, compassion, and the value of every moment we have with the ones we love. Her legacy, though marked by tragedy, is one that calls for action, for safer systems, for greater awareness, and for a renewed commitment to protecting those who are vulnerable. Let us remember Agustina not for the way she died, but for the light she brought into the world and the impact she continues to have through the lessons her story teaches us. And if this story has moved you as deeply as it has moved us, consider sharing it with others. Let's honor Agustina by sparking conversations about safety, awareness, and compassion. Together, we can ensure that her memory lives on in a way that makes a difference.